everyone, and welcome. I am Kelly Wahl, and you are connected with K. Wahl. I'm tuning into you from Buffalo, New York, near Niagara Falls, and I'm so excited to be here tonight and connect with everyone around the globe. And the importance of, I've been getting this theme, since like November about having unity in our community. And I even spell it as such. When I write out the word community, I capitalize the end part, unity. So the fact that we have a show like this where I'm able to connect with people all over the globe and having this sense of oneness really is a theme for 2022. We've had such division in the last couple of years, and it's time to come back to unity in the community. And how do we do that? The key is through joy. Now, 2022, I do a lot of numerology. And 2022, if you break it down in numerology, first we've got the 2022. So I see all those twos and I love them because twos in angel numbers represent keep the faith, which I'm all about that. And also, if I do numerology to that, I get the number 6. And 6 is all about a balance, and it's all about a rebirth. And I feel as though globally, as we were coming out of, such pandemics and things opening up and different situations of mandates, it's time for us to really have a different rebirth. People keep saying about going back to normal. And we can never go back, but we can certainly learn what to do better as we move forward. So if you think about times where let's say an anniversary or a birthday, and people want to recreate that energy that they had. They're like, oh, we had such a great night. And remember, we went to this restaurant and I ordered this and we got this table and then this song came on. And then the following, year or whatever the landmark is, they try and recreate it, but you can't. And then we get our expectations up, and that's how we get disappointed because we've built it up where the original event, everything just happened organically. Well, sure, a lot of planning went into, creating that first date and picking out the restaurant and then, I think I'll have this drink or this meal. But after that, there's that, kinetic energy, just a kismet sort of a happening. And it felt so good that we want to recreate it. So we have a set of standards and we have a timeline. And when we don't meet them, because we're trying to have it in our form. So that's the thing, I always say man plans and God laughs, and we need to laugh with him. It's about working with the flow, the flow of energy and allowing things to happen. So when we get so stuck in our own way, we have like this tunnel vision and we just want to, that's where we get frustrated that it's not happening. And it's like trying to hold on to, something so tightly that you can't allow it to breathe. And that's how we smother it. So let's think about that as we have Albert Lee tuning in. Oh, Tanner. Oh,
Hi.
Sorry. I'm kind of new to this form of multitasking. It's funny. I can connect with spirit. I can connect with your loved ones, and then I have to read who's calling, and I'm like, So Tammy from Albert Lee, Minnesota, how are you?
Good. I just felt like you're describing like my situation though, because it's like you feel stuck and it's like smothering and like just in a position where it's like, I just need to move forward.
Right. And I think, Tammy, as I tune in with your energy, you're a mother, correct?
Yeah.
And also I feel as though your work demands you, because when I tap into your energy, first of all, I get like a nervous tummy. Do you understand that? Like, I feel as though you put so much pressure on yourself and you get in this form of anxiety that you actually have a physical response and you get like a nervousness. And I get almost like an upset stomach or just like a kind of flip floppy stomach. Do you understand this energy?
Yeah. Yeah, it's total anxiety.
Right.
Big
I get a
time.
lot of anxiety. And I see you trying to juggle everything and you're very self-critical. And there's just this sense about you of blaming yourself for things not going perfect. It's like if you were to go skydiving, which I don't think you ever would, though.
Yeah. Maybe when I was
And,
younger.
and I feel as though even if the first time and you jumped out of the plane and you landed, which is, the point, is to let go and to land. But I feel as though after the adrenaline wore off, you would turn around and criticize, like, oh, I should have bent my knees more, or I should have pulled the cord 5 seconds earlier, or something. And it's like,
I know, right.
yeah, you've never done it before. So to turn around and then beat yourself up,
There's always room for improvement.
right, but you're looking at it more of what you didn't do instead of, oh, next time I know I'll do it this way. See the difference?
Right. Yeah.
So with this energy, I get that you're trying to juggle a lot of things and it causes you anxiety and you really put a lot of pressure on yourself. What is the month and day that you're born?
June 16th.
Oh, June 16th?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Gemini. And it is. It's juggling because you're working and you're being a mother, and I just lost my dad, so I'm trying to support my mom and help her. And
I feel strongly that the self-criticism is a big influence from your mom, like feeling as though you've got to measure up to how you think she would want it done. And not, she does it out of love, but she's always pointing out what you can do better. And I feel as though she does a lot of comparisons. Do you have a sister? Do you have 2 of them?
I got 3 of them.
Okay. So so there are
true.
4.
That's true.
And you're in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel as though, that was a lot of pressure growing up. And the fact that you're on this, Gemini Cancer cusp, like, yes, you fall in Gemini, but you have an awful lot of qualities of Cancer, of being the nurturer and wanting to mother everyone and do it in a nurturing manner. So like with your own children, you don't do that criticism, but you learned what you didn't want to do from how you were raised. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just kind of a part of who you are. And I feel as though if you were to kind of explore, like, what I'm getting from Spirit is this cord cutting or a detachment and learning what is yours to keep, like energy-wise, like that self-criticism. Now, I'm sorry, as I go into this, and I feel strongly, your father comes through, and because he's a big presence, and he offered you safety and security, and of course protection, but the safety to express who you are, looking at you as an individual. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's very much singling you out, that he very much treats you for you, Tammy, and not bunched in as the girls.
Right.
And he's going to continue to protect you. Now, I get a lot of pressure in my chest when I get his energy coming through. I get a heaviness and a tightness and a restriction. So was there a lung or a heart issue?
Yeah, he had cancer, and then he ended up having a heart attack.
Yes, thank you. Because the heaviness of the chest is really and the constriction. There's the heart issue. So I want to make sure that without a doubt, that your dad is coming through. He wants to protect you. He wants you to he really, I have goosebumps all over. He really wants to hug you and tell you that you do good just by doing you. And he says that he's, told you this your whole life. And he kind of laughs like, well, not as simple as I put it, but he tried to in his own way. And you know that.
I know.
And that hasn't changed. And all you need to do is to breathe, to feel him, because he wants to provide you the safety and security. And I'm getting spirit steps in and says, we are all perfect in our own imperfections. And it's time for you to accept that. And I know, easier said than done. However, the key for you is to breathe through it, is to accept yourself. But also, like, I always do a little meditation trick where, when you get involved with a group of people and family, where you have to breathe. And I imagine, like, every time I take breathe out, I'm creating a bubble, and a bubble has that nice glossy sheen on it. And no matter what gets, it's kind of like you're rubber and I'm glue, whatever you say. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah. Right.
And no matter what they throw at you, just breathe and know that your dad is standing behind you. And he's got his hand like on your shoulder, but on your back as well. And he's asking you to please go forward. And also he's telling me it's not for you to carry. There's a certain thing that you're kind of carrying, like, it's not a blame, but it's, I hope he knows type of situation. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
And he's saying, it's time to put it down. He doesn't want you to carry it. And that's the thing that's holding you back. So really get in touch with learning some breath work. If you want to contact me, we can go through it, because, I lost my dad and I sat in my grief for a very long time. And I did a lot of self-sabotaging. And I had to realize that what I had is a gift, and that he would never want me to not live life, because that would be dishonoring him.
Right. Yeah.
So you have community, which is what I was talking about. So reach out, because there are so many people like me, or people that in your own community, who you need to allow yourself to be you unapologetically. So first is the acceptance, and then the reaching out. And I feel that's how we're going to get over the stuck part in your grief, because the grief is always going to be there, but we've got to learn that it dances with love.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I hope this helped. And
that helped
really,
tremendously. Thank you.
Breathe in. He is with you. Every breath you take, you're breathing him in.
Yeah, we were really close. So it's just hard to accept that he's gone to the spiritual realm. It's just he's not here. Because he's supposed to still be here, and it's so frustrating that the cancer. And thank you so much for everything, though.
You're so welcome. Really, God bless you, and breathe and know that there are people like me out here for you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. Yes, as we touched upon the topic of grief, we have to understand that we're always going to have that hole in our heart that grief lives. And I feel as though if we fill that, we're afraid that we're going to lessen the love. We're going to dull it. And it's like we have to remember that grief is everlasting, because love is everlasting. You can't have it without the other. Okay, I know we've got another caller, and I want to touch base. And who am I speaking with?
Hi, my name is Gina.
Gina, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Good. And where are you calling from?
Cape May? Cape May, New
From
Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Nice. I have spent some time in New Jersey. Um, very, it's got a lot of different parts to it.
Yes, it does.
As I tune in with you, I get you're a very guarded person. And I feel
Yes.
as though you've been guarded, like you've been conditioned to put up a wall where you've put your trust out to people and have been betrayed. And so trust is not something that you just give. You trust, the person has to earn it in your book. Do you understand this?
Yes,
And you relate to this energy?
absolutely.
And I feel as though this had a lot to do. As I get into this, I feel many different layers. I feel a lot of family influences. I feel a lot of masculine relationships where trust has been burned. And that's the exact word that Spirit's giving me. Do you understand this?
Hmm.
And so I get a lot of betrayal, and I feel as though there were a lot of romantic, or partnership relationships where you were stabbed in the back or betrayed. So with that, I feel, infidelity, correct?
Well, it was just one partner, but a lot of friendships ended that way also.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's a common thread in a lot of relationships, but I feel as though there was a particular one where really cut you to the quick. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I feel as though with that energy, you even doubted, like, should I do this? Should I put myself out there? And that's what hurts the most, is like you get mad at yourself for, I allowed myself to do that. I put myself out there knowing, I knew I was going to get burned. I knew this was going to happen. Do you understand that?
Yes, because that's exactly what happened.
Yes. And I always say to people, when we are so, angry, anger is really hurt's bodyguard. Because the anger is because we're so deeply hurt. Where we think we're just angry, and it's like, no, if you really peel the onion, you'll figure out it's because I'm so deeply wounded. I'm so deeply hurt. I put my faith into someone. I shared with them so many things, and this is what they did.
Right.
And I feel as though you, definitely in the last year, you've wanted to move beyond that. But it's like mentally you tell yourself, I'm over it. I want to be a different way. I'm trying to be more positive. And I feel as though you've made good strides in that. And I feel as though you've made strides in that, trying to adopt a more kind of positive attitude in the workplace. I feel as though that's where it's kind of gone out or been expressed more so. And however, when it does come to matters of intimacy, I feel like, you know how an animal gets like that line of fur down their back when they get scared or aggressive?
Yeah.
I feel like you get that. It's brought into your nervous system so deeply that mentally you're like, I'm trying. I don't even know why I keep reacting that way. So I'm trying to ask, what one of your loved ones would like to come forward and help you with this. But what I get is Archangel Chamuel. Are you familiar with the archangels?
I'm sorry?
I feel a spirit guide. I feel Archangel Chamuel. He wants to come in and he wants to help you get over this betrayal and mistrust. Are you familiar with this angel?
Not necessarily.
Right. People think there's, just 4 archangels. Well, there's a lot more. And this one, it's Chamuel, Chamuel. And he is the mender of relationships. And he's also God's truth. And he helps people work with, it's not just soulmates, but twin flames. And about opening up our heart up through God's truth to intercede and help us get across the bridge of that. And so he really wants to help you figure out how to restore faith in yourself and also faith in mending relationships and making a fresh start. So I encourage you to look him up, talk to him, use it as a prayer when you feel that, sense of, guardedness or mistrust coming up.
Okay.
And it's fascinating because there's a bridge in St. Louis between him and, the Archaea, which is a female angel that spans the bridge. So it's funny that I said he wants to help you fix this bridge. So really look into him. I feel as though the more you look into him, the more you're going to be fascinated by him and know that he is with you, and look into different alternatives of how to build trust, or more so, how to shift from always kind of like going to like a not so positive attitude. Like when you catch yourself like, oh yeah, I hope so, learn to say, no, I do hope so. It's that little shift.
Right.
Or saying, well, I'm
again,
trying. No,
Right.
I'm doing.
Right.
So just that little shift I want you to try and get about. But also, and I'm sorry, what's the month and day of your birth?
June 9th.
Oh, another Gemini here. So June 9th. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, 6/9. So I got 15, 6. Okay, 6/9. Okay, so this year for you, like I was explaining earlier, so this year, 2022, breaks down in numerology, the study of numbers, into a 6th year. So it's all about rebirth. For you, I want you to envision the phoenix rising from the ashes, and that every time the phoenix rises, she is more beautiful and stronger than before. So it's time for you to set your new cycle of rebirth, knowing that you truly are the essence of a phoenix. And it's not about the beatdowns, it's about the getting back up that matters. And so the theme of everything is about really touching in with our fear and recognizing, who are we? Not to be brilliant, not to be fabulous. We are made as God's children. So we need to give ourselves permission for that. And remember that it is in our light, not our darkness, that we truly shine. So I'm here to help you shine and connect. I'm Kelly Wahl. You're connecting with Kay Wahl, and I look forward to reaching you and just everybody coming together in the light and seeing what spirit and our loved ones have to offer to us. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.